You've seen it before. That type of man who speaks as if his words can hide his insecurity. The one who fills the silence with noise, but never with wisdom. He thinks he sounds confident, but every sentence reveals the opposite: confusion, fear, weakness. The truth is clear. A man's words reflect his discipline. You can feign confidence, dress in success, but as soon as you speak, your true strength or weakness is revealed. The world doesn't listen to your image, it listens to your words. And most men, without realizing it, reveal their foolishness, not through actions, but through repeated phrases. Today you will discover 7 things a foolish man always says, and what a Stoic man says instead. Because words are not innocent sounds, they are signs of your inner order. They show who governs your life, your emotions, or your reason. Before we begin, remember what the Stoics taught: speech reflects thought. What you say shapes what you think, and what you think determines how you live. The disciplined man speaks to build, the fool, to escape himself. Listen, not to judge, but to recognize yourself. Wisdom begins with awareness, and awareness with silence. First phrase: it's not fair. You'll hear it from weak men all the time. When life doesn't go their way, when others achieve what they don't, they complain. It's not fair. But fairness is a myth invented by those who prefer comfort to clarity. Life will never be fair. The universe doesn't adapt to your emotions. It rewards adaptation, not complaining. The strong man doesn't demand justice. He studies reality and acts within it. The Stoics didn't ask for balance. They trained for chaos. Saying it's not fair shows dependence on luck. Saying this is reality, I will face it, demonstrates independence from weakness. Power begins where self-pity ends. Accept life as it is, and you will gain control over yourself, the only true justice. Second phrase: it wasn't my fault. The modern man's favorite shield. When he fails, he hides behind excuses. My boss didn't support me. My parents didn't teach me. She betrayed me. But the Stoic understands that responsibility isn't about guilt, but about power. Perhaps you didn't cause the problem, but you are always responsible for your response. Excuses are the language of those who fear control. Taking responsibility requires effort. The person who blames the world surrenders their strength to the world. The one who takes responsibility, even in failure, becomes the author of their own recovery. The wise person doesn't ask who is to blame, but what to do now. You can't always control what happens, but you can control how you respond. That's where your worth is measured. Third phrase: I already know that. It sounds intelligent, but it's a trap. Believing you already know means you stop learning. The fool says it to protect his ego, afraid of appearing ignorant. He interrupts, argues, avoids listening. The wise person, on the other hand, knows that even in familiar lessons there is something new if you listen with humility. As an ancient Stoic said, he who thinks he is wise is still a student. Recognizing your own ignorance is the first step to learning. Knowledge lives as long as you nurture it. The next time you want to say, I already know that, say, remind me of that. The fool speaks to be heard, the wise to grow. Fourth phrase: I don't care. You hear it everywhere. Men say it to appear cool or strong, but true detachment is mastery, not indifference. Saying, I don't care, is not strength, it is emptiness. The Stoics were deeply concerned with virtue, justice, and discipline, but they did not allow those concerns to control them. I don't care is emotional laziness disguised as strength. The Stoic man does not stop caring. He chooses where to invest his energy. There is a difference between being calm and being asleep inside. The strong man feels everything, but obeys nothing that weakens him. Detachment is not apathy, it is mastery. Fifth phrase: I can't help it. It seems like honesty, but it is surrender. You hear it when a man loses control, becomes enraged, or repeats mistakes. Yes, you can control yourself. You simply don't want to fight the impulse. He who believes he cannot becomes a slave to his desires. The Stoic trains his emotions like a soldier trains reflexes. The body reacts, the mind decides. Every impulse is a test, to obey or to command. I can't help it declares weakness as destiny. I can manage it opens the door to growth. No man is free if he cannot master himself. True power begins within. Sixth phrase: what is the point? The voice of surrender. The man who says this has stopped believing in effort. He says it when life gets complicated, results are slow, and purpose seems to disappear. But meaning is not found, it is built. Every intentional action generates meaning. The Stoic doesn't seek purpose. He acts with purpose. The Stoic knows that repetition creates strength, and strength, peace. Asking, "What's the point?" is seeking permission to surrender. Life demands resilience. The wise person creates momentum, doesn't wait for motivation. Action itself is the motive. Purpose is born from perseverance, not comfort. Seventh phrase. That's just who I am. The most dangerous of all. It sounds confident, but it's resignation. It's uttered by people who have stopped evolving, who confuse habit with identity. The essence of life is change. You weren't born to be the same. You were born to improve. Saying, "That's just who I am," is locking yourself in a cage and calling it home. The Stoic knows that self-respect isn't about accepting everything, but about refining what needs to change. Growing isn't about rejecting the past, but about evolving the present. You can be patient, disciplined, serene, but first, stop defending your weaknesses as if they were your personality. The fool speaks to protect his ego. The Stoic remains silent to protect his progress. Ultimately, the difference between a fool and a Stoic isn't intelligence, but awareness. The fool reacts, the Stoic responds. The fool speaks to be seen, the Stoic speaks to tell the truth. Your words reflect your level of mastery. Start today. Eliminate these phrases from your vocabulary. It's not fair. It wasn't my fault. I know. I don't care. I can't help it. What's the point? That's just how I am. Replace them with, I'll adapt. I take responsibility. I'm still learning. I choose what matters. I'm in control. I'll find meaning. I'm improving. That's the language of power, discipline, and stoicism. Whoever controls their words controls their world. Ask yourself, does this come from ego or reason? One destroys peace, the other builds freedom. Speak less, think more, act better. To continue growing, subscribe to Stoic Spring. Each day of practice trains your mind for peace. This way you cease to be ordinary and become unbreakable.